After about 3 days with Farah, it was time to swap mentors. Mindy left Alex and joined Farah, and I went to go see Karyn. I met her up in the garden lair. That was where she spent most of her time contributing to the community in the production of food. The ladies used the seedy tavern front to purchase what they needed from outside of the island, but they tried to be as self-sufficient as possible. She talked about what types of plants she grew and how often we watered and cared for them. There was everything from onions, lettuce, carrots, broccoli, sweet potatoes, beets, tomatoes, beans, cucumbers, and even some local blueberries and blackberries. She had dates, plums, and figs, and even hibiscus flowers for tea. So much it was almost hard to keep my head wrapped around it all. When she saw that I looked worried, she told me that I shouldn't worry, that she'd be around to ask for help. Next, she took me to the stables. It was basically just a goat pen and a chicken coop. They were keeping the goat for milk and chickens for eggs as a way to inject some protein into the diet without hunting, which Alex took care of. They set up traps mostly for fish, crabs, birds, and small animals. It was much easier to set up a trap than it was to spend your whole day fishing or hunting. For the next few days, I would be helping Karyn water the plants in the garden and feed the animals in the stables. When I was done with that, I'd come see her in the kitchen and help her with her other chores. We walked over to the kitchen next. It was more primitive than I was used to, just a barbecue grill and a kiln, but she also had a herb garden set up and a little laundry spot. I could still see my shirt hanging. The kiln, she explained, was Farah's domain. Karyn didn't use it much. She prepared jams, salads, and stir-fries using imported oils and homemade sauces. She embellished these with her own vegetables and herbs. Every day she baked pan-fried bread as well. When there was a harvest to be done, her work was more intensive. Sometimes the other women were pulled in to help. When there was less to do, Karyn did the girls' laundry and cleaned the common living spaces. Most of the girls chose to keep their own spaces clean themselves, but welcomed the help with the common areas. I sat down for some brunch as she took me through the process for making skillet bread. After I finished my meal, I spent the day pulling weeds out of the garden and gathering the vegetables that Karyn requested to make dinner. As I sat down, I listened to Mindy as she claimed to like setting traps and wood gathering compared to painting. Farah said not to worry about it. Art didn't have to be exact. Abstractions were fine. After helping Karyn clear the table, I spent the evening in the garden field again. There was something calming about staring up at the stars. You don't get to see them much in the city. The next day, I got up early and went to the stables. I don't think Grumpy, the goat, liked me very much. He refused to let me anywhere near his space to refill his food and water. After a lot of pleading, Karyn stuck her head in and saw my troubles. She told me to bribe him with a carrot that was left on the table. I threw it into the corner and was finally able to do my work without any more interference. The chickens were chatty, but they were nice ladies. They clucked away as I refilled their food and water, and gathered a couple of their eggs. I brought the eggs to Karyn, and she asked me to fetch some things from the garden when I finished watering. The water was gathered from the spring, and lugging it back took several times. Most of the large bushes were fine, but the smaller veggies needed daily waterings, if it didn't rain. By the end of the day, I was very tired. I went straight to sleep. The next day, after doing my stables run, Karyn taught me how to create new plants from seeds in case we had to replace a plant. Then I helped her with the laundry. For dinner, she wanted me to help cook a crab, but I couldn't do it. It had a face. It was still alive. She said the creature gives its life to keep us living, that we should respect its sacrifice. I said it didn't exactly choose to be sacrificed. She asked if I was a vegan. I said no, but I wasn't used to seeing a creature alive before I ate it. I offered to help with the already dead fish instead. You know, it is a lot harder than it looks like to fillet a fish, and it does not smell very good, let me tell you. But I did get there. Eventually. In the evening it was bath night. Once a week the ladies diverted power from the solar generator to a water heater that fed a stone tub down on the bottom floor. After a Japanese-style bath scrubbing, we soaked in the warm tub for about an hour or so. The tub was large enough to fit most of the girls, so it was a social event. Alex talked about some sort of camera blip going on out in the jungle. She asked if she could borrow Mindy and I tomorrow to do some of her tasks while she checked them out. Karyn asked if there was any problems. Alex said there was nothing suspicious on the camera footage before it went out, so it was probably just knocked down by local animals. I don't know, Horny. What do you think? Am I too suspicious of her? Should I be giving her the benefit of the doubt? For some reason, she just rings all my warning bells. Oh well, I guess we'll find out tomorrow.